Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. I'm Ryan Gray, the founder and CEO. And today I want to talk about how to upgrade your account inside of NameHero. So this is a pretty frequent request that we see inside our support desk as well as on the phone and live chats, is customers sign up for one package and they want to upgrade to a different one. And of course there's always a bunch of, probably the most common question is, how do I retain what I've already paid? So that's a great question. So in today's video, I'm going to hopefully answer all of those questions and show you exactly how you need to upgrade your account if that's what you're wanting to do. And then of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to our sales team and they would be more than happy to help you do so. So first, let me navigate over here to our web hosting packages. So these are our basic hosting packages here at NameHero. And I would say this is probably the most popular set of packages that we have. And it's for individuals and businesses that are looking to have a web presence. We have our starter cloud, which is good for those that are just getting started. It's called the starter cloud for a reason. And it allows hosting for one website. So typically we'll see those that are maybe starting their own blog or maybe a startup business who, aren't really generating revenue yet. They'll start here and then work their way on up. Now the starter cloud, it only allows for one website. So if you're going to be hosting more than one website, of course you'd need at least the Plus cloud, which allows for 6. And then the Turbo and Business both allow for unlimited. Now, another important aspect of our packages is the amount of RAM each package is allocated. So the starter cloud allows for access to 1 gigabyte of RAM. So the more visitors you get, the more intense that the application you're using on your hosting, the more RAM it's going to need. It makes it faster. So I think, in my opinion, the most popular package is the Plus to the Turbo, because typically people will pick based on this RAM limitation here. If they're getting a good amount of traffic, they have a WordPress blog, let's say, and let's say they have 5 or more plugins, they want to go ahead and go with the Turbo Cloud just because it allows for really nice processing of all those plugins. But the good thing is, inside of NameHero, you can start down here and you can upgrade if needed, and right from inside of our interface. So if you're on the starter cloud package and you want to upgrade, you can do that inside of our interface. And since we are on the cloud, this is in real time. So as soon as you complete your payment and upgrade, then your account's immediately on its new package. So you don't have to wait, you don't have to submit a ticket, you don't have to call us. Everything is taken care of for you inside. Now, where questions arise, if you are on a basic hosting plan and you want to upgrade to our reseller hosting. So that means that we see a lot of customers that come in with, just one of the basic hosting plans. And then they're like, what? I could really use a reseller package. Some, they want to start reselling hosting. They enjoy their package so much. They say, well, if I'm having so much good luck with this package, I would like to resell it to my customers or, offer them web space. We also see some people that have more than one website that needs hosting and they don't want to put them all in cPanel. So our basic hosting packages comes with one cPanel account. And if you want to add an extra domain, you do it as an add-on domain. The problem with that is you only have one cPanel login. So if you have maybe a business partner that wants to work on the other domain, but you don't want them in your main cPanel, then some conflict can arise. And so some people choose to go with the reseller package because it gives them the ability to create unlimited cPanel accounts. So whether they have, one website that's hosted or 10 or even 100, they can do that inside of our reseller hosting. And NameHero is one of the few hosts in the industry. We don't limit the number of cPanel accounts you create. The only thing we limit is your space and bandwidth that you actually use. So our corporate hero allows for up to 100 gigabytes of space and up to 2,000 gigabytes a month in bandwidth. So it's the most popular package by far. And it also includes WHMCS, which is a automation and billing software for those looking to actually resell hosting or offer their customers hosting. But again, if you're wanting to upgrade to a reseller, you actually have to put in a new order because our reseller nodes are separate from our basic hosting nodes. So if you want to make the jump, then there is a different process. So I'm also going to display that. And finally, if you're wanting to upgrade to VPS hosting. So again, this is probably the most common. We see resellers that have a reseller account and they want to upgrade that to the VPS. Once again, a VPS is your own server, meaning that, from the operating system down, you have full root access. But because of that, it's not hosted on the same server as your reseller. So if you want to upgrade, you actually have to create a new VPS order and get the server online so we can migrate that data over before you get rid of the reseller. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video as well. So to get started, I'm just going to log into my account. If you're following along, feel free to do so now as well. I hover over account and I click on login. This is our new login screen here for 2019. I'm going to enter my password. And I've got two-factor enabled, which you should as well. We actually have some notices in the interface now that encourage everyone to enable two-factor because it's the highest level of security for your account. I know it's a pain in the butt a little bit to have to type this code, but the benefits outweigh the annoyance of it. Okay, so now I'm inside of my NameHero account. And I'm going to navigate to my hosting package that I want to upgrade. So in my demo right now, I've got two. So I'm going to click on Cloud Web Hosting. You can see I've got a basic hosting package and I've got a reseller hosting package. So for the basic, I'll just click on this. And if this is just our starter cloud, so let me go back to our main hosting page so you can see it. So I've just got the plain Jane starter one website. So if I want to upgrade this, I will click upgrade and downgrade. And now I can look over here and select which one that I want to upgrade to. So you can see I've got the Plus, the Turbo, or the Business. Once again, the biggest thing that differentiates these packages is the number of websites allowed. So you can see the Plus is 6, the Turbo is unlimited, and the Business is unlimited. Also, there's more RAM. So you can see the Plus is 2 gigabytes, the Turbo is 3, and the Business is 4. They all have Lightspeed Cache, Cloudflare, free SSL, and all that good stuff. So what I would need to do if I want to upgrade this is I need to choose my billing cycle. So if I signed up for 36 months on my previous package, then I probably want to go ahead and sign up for my 36-month price here because that's going to take the amount that I've already paid and apply it to this upgrade. And if I want to change it to just a year, I can do that, or 24 months, what have you. But you can see the longer you sign up at NameHero, the more you save. So by going at the 36-month, not only am I going to apply what I've already paid, I'm also going to save a couple extra dollars a month. So I would just click Choose Product, and this will figure out how much is left on my current cycle. Now, I've got a demo account here, so I don't have a balance to show you here, but this will show you how much is due today. And it shows upgrade price is calculated from a credit of the unused portion of the current plan and billing of the new plan for the same period. So this basically takes what you've already paid and it applies it to the upgrade. So you're not losing what you've already paid for your current package. And then, so basically you would just select your payment method, credit card, PayPal, Coinbase, and you would click to continue, which would generate an invoice. So just for example, if I click continue here for credit card, it's going to ask me to enter my card information, and it's going to process this payment right here. So once I process the $87.90 payment, I'm automatically going to be upgraded to that next package. It's in real time. There is no delay. It just happens, okay? So that's how you upgrade just a basic hosting account. And once again, I go to my interface, select my hosting package, select my package I want to upgrade. I click Upgrade, Downgrade from the Actions menu. And you can see now I've already submitted an order, so I can't do another one. But then I'll choose my billing cycle, and then it will let me do it. So again, if you have any questions on that, let us know. If there's any questions about what you've already paid and what's being applied, because I know from my own experience, sometimes it can get a little bit confusing. How much did I exactly pay? And you can go back into billing and my invoices and view what you've already paid. But if you need our sales team to explain it to you, they would be more than happy to do so. Okay, so let's go to the reseller package now. So exact same format, Cloud Web Hosting. My reseller package is a Startup Hero, so I'll click that. And once again, upgrade, downgrade. So just like the hosting package, I've got the option, upgrade to the Entrepreneur Hero or upgrade to the Corporate Hero. Once again, I've got my payment options, 1 month, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. And the same here with the Corporate Hero. So unlike our other packages, you've got the option to pay monthly. So if you've already paid and have a balance, then you'll probably have a nice credit on your bill there. But once again, you save more the longer you go with. So I recommend doing the longest rate. And that's just my opinion, but everyone's free to do their own. And it's the same deal here. You choose the product, and this will tell you how much is due today. Now, I've got a demo account, so I'm getting the full price here. So just ignore my balance here because, again, I haven't paid because I am using a demonstration account here. But this will tell you how much that you owe based on what you've already paid. And once again, you can choose your payment method and continue on. Promotion codes, they go from time to time. Right now, our promo codes aren't valid on upgrades. Sometimes our sales team can, work magic if you're wanting to sign up for 24 months on the reseller or 36 months on the basic hosting. So you can always reach out and ask. If you do it via ticket or if you do it via chat or phone, they're probably going to have to open up a ticket because that would have to be approved by our management team. But that's how it's done, exact same. We just went into our interface, we click our package, we navigate to it, and then we click upgrade, downgrade, and it's going to let me still. And so we select our billing cycle and go about our way. Now, when I process my payment, immediately the reseller account is upgraded to the next level. There's no waiting or anything like that. If you do upgrade to corporate, it might take a little bit of time just to get your WHMCS license because that is free with our corporate package. But if you're doing an upgrade, it's just got to be approved that you do indeed qualify for the free WHMCS, which if you are going to corporate, as long as you have an active Corporate Hero account, you have a free WHMCS license. But we do verify those manually just to make sure everything's in order and the license gets assigned correctly. So that's how you do a basic hosting upgrade or a basic reseller hosting upgrade. It's called these packages. So if you're already on one of these and you want to go to the next, that's how you do it. If you're already on one of these and you want to go to the next, you just do it. Now, where the questions arise mostly is if you're on a reseller and you want to upgrade to a VPS, or if you're on a basic hosting and you want to upgrade to a VPS, or if you want to upgrade to a reseller. So let's explain that. So let's first talk about upgrading to a reseller from a basic hosting. So let's say you have the business cloud package and you decide, I want to go to a reseller account. So to do this, you actually have to go place an order first for the reseller hosting package. So basically, you just want to go to the main site, make sure you're logged in, and you want to click over web hosting, click on reseller hosting, and that's going to take you to our packages. Now, based on our promotions, you may or may not qualify for the discount. Currently, you would. So you would actually save here in the spring with our coupon codes. So what you would do here is you would place an order for the reseller package you want. So for my example here, let's just say I've got my starter cloud and I want to upgrade to a reseller. So my domain's kcmowax.com, and that's the same one I would want to use. If you want to use a different one, it is possible, but you might want to submit us a ticket first just so we can help and we know exactly what you're planning on doing. But you just need to click the package and you want to choose option 3 that you already have your domain. So I'm going to type in kcmowax.com, click use. It's going to verify it. I'm going to choose my billing cycle. Once again, the longer you sign up, the more you're going to save. Our prices that are listed on reseller hosting, these are the price based on the 24-month billing cycle. So this is the best available rate. So, you save nearly 50%. And again, this is before the promos applied. So you save the most going with the 24-month price. It's what I recommend. Some people, they argue me on that and they don't want to do that. But it's up to you. If you want to add the drop my site backups, it's likely you already have this on your basic hosting. And so this would actually be a new account. So keep that in mind as well. If you want to add those, it's $1.99 a month for 5 gigabytes, and you can always upgrade that later as well. If you want the WHMCS license, most people do. It's free, so why not, right? You click continue. And you can see it brings us to this page here. Now, again, I've got my demo account, so my promo is not applying. And it also depends on how many products and services you have active. If you think you qualify for the new customer discount or the new package discount, you can reach out to our sales team and they will put it in or let you know what you do and do not qualify for. But once that's finished, you just click checkout. And you fill out all your information, just like when you signed up with us in the first place. You fill, your all this stuff populates because you're logged in, but you just need to place your payment. So either using your credit card, PayPal, or your crypto account. It's also important, read the terms, read the payment policy. Please read the payment policy. I know the terms is a lot, but the payment policy at least lets you know how our money back and stuff works. And I know we get that question a lot. People just click whatever and then they don't read and then they have questions later. So that's what you do. And then you would complete the order. So after you pay, your reseller account is going to come online. Now you're going to notice it doesn't have any data in it. That's because your data is still in your basic hosting. So once you complete your payment, you need to submit a migration request. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go back to my main interface. I'm going to click on tickets. I'm going to click open a ticket here under support. And I'm going to click Migrations. And you can see we've got our policy and all our information here. So since you are moving from a basic hosting to a reseller, you don't have to worry about the migration policy. It's all complimentary. But you go down here and you select your old package. So in my case, it'd be the Starter Cloud KCMO Wax. Put your priority, high, medium, or low. We treat everything pretty much with high priority, but it's still on there. And here you would just type in, I need to migrate my old account. And then you can just put in here, I'm upgrading from my Starter Cloud to a reseller and would like my data moved. And then we can go down here and we can confirm the domain. So we go back to our package. We'll just go back to our basic package here so we have all the information we need. The domain's KCMO Wax, so we can just copy that, paste it here. Wax.com. And we want to put our login information. Since you're already a customer, we already have it, but it just helps to have this all in the same ticket. So you can click login details and you will get those right there if you have two-factor enabled. If not, you might check your email and grab them. But you just fill all this out here. You have to agree that, we're not accountable for any lost data, but since you are moving from one server to another, we have all the data and we're not going to lose it. This is more for people moving from, say, HostGator or Bluehost. And then the terms of service, you can agree to that. If you have any screenshots, you can give them there and then just click submit. So then once you do this, we will have a migration request. Our team will begin migrating your basic hosting to your new reseller, and they'll get it all going for you. Once they're finished, then you can cancel the basic hosting account and we can credit back anything unused. Because if you're upgrading to a reseller, you're completely doing a new order, so it doesn't apply what you've already paid. So what we do is we take that amount and we credit it back to your account, which can be used on any future invoice, any new product or service, domain renewals, or what have you. So you don't lose any money you've already paid. So what you would do is we'd go back to our regular hosting package after the migration is completed, and our team will let you know, hey, the migration's completed, please check it. Once you're sure all the data is over, you would just go to your basic hosting, click request cancellation, and you can just put in here, upgraded to reseller. And of course, you probably don't want to cancel the domain renewal, so you probably don't want to click that. And you want to do it immediate. You don't want to wait till the end of billing period and click request cancellation. So that will then have all your stuff on the new reseller account. It will allow you to cancel the basic hosting account, and then our accounting team will credit back the amount. Now, this isn't a cash refund, it's a credit back to the account, which can be applied to any future invoice for you. So again, any domain renewal, the renewal of your new reseller account, or what have you. So you're going to save those funds, and it's all on your account, and you're ready to go. So that's how it works. That's how we upgrade from a basic hosting over to a reseller. Now, likewise, if we're on a reseller and we want to downgrade to a basic hosting, you need to submit a ticket. You need to just go to the ticket center, just click on support, tickets, open a ticket, and send it to sales. And let them know that, hey, I'm wanting to downgrade. Because when you're downgrading, there's some things that have to be checked ahead of time. And, that's why we don't automate the downgrade process, because we want to make sure we check everything, and which the account you're wanting to downgrade, we want to make sure it's going to work on the new one. So our sales team will simply go in and verify that, and they'll give you detailed instructions on how to perform a downgrade from the ticket desk here. So make sure to ask those questions. Now, if we're wanting to upgrade from a reseller to a VPS, so this is probably the most common upgrade request we get, because people start reselling, they start getting successful, and they find, well, you know what? I want to have my own server, so I want to move from a reseller to a VPS. So this is the same type deal here. Inside our interface, we have, for example, our Startup Hero reseller package. So what I'm going to do is, once again, I've got to create a new order. I have to actually deploy the server before I can really upgrade it, because it's a new product. It's not in the same package as our reseller. So what I would do, I would hover over web hosting, and I would click VPS hosting, and I would start my order. So let's talk really quick about which one you'd want to select. So let's say you're on our corporate hero currently. You have 100 gigabytes of SSD space. So the equivalent to that is about the 6 or the 8 gigabytes, if you're reselling. The 2 gigabyte, it's really meant for more development purposes. If you're reselling, you want to start with at least the 4 gigabyte. Most resellers choose the 6 or the 8 though, because it's pretty comparable to the corporate hero, but it's got a lot of power to it. But if you're reselling sites, or reselling hosting, you need a lot of power. So these are probably the most popular. So the first thing you'd want to do is select your server and get it going. Now, really quick, let me highlight some things when you move to VPS. The WHMCS license is not included with our VPSs. I know we've kind of went back and forth about maybe including it at some point, but right now it's not. So you can purchase a WHMCS license for a discounted fee. It's $9.95 a month if you want just the basic WHMCS license that comes with the corporate. And the reason why we do that is so we can offer our low prices here for these servers. So you can see $41.97 a month. This is for 12 months. With the current promo, and this comes with a free cPanel license. So unlike our reseller hosting here, when you're reseller hosting, you're on a shared node. You're not the only reseller on that node, meaning that there's a couple other resellers on that node. And so there's other people absorbing the cost of of the cPanel and Web Host Manager license. When you're on a VPS, it's just your server. There's no one else on it, just you and going to be your customers. So because of that, you have to have your own cPanel Web Host Manager license. Now this is 100% free with our packages, and that's about a $20 to $25 a month value. So I'm not sure what exactly cPanel is charging, but I believe it's about 20. I think I've got the price on here. Yes, $20 a month is what you'd pay, but that comes free with your VPS. So really, when we were making these packages, it was either offer free cPanel or offer free WHMCS. So I think cPanel is probably the more of the necessity, and then if you want the WHMCS, you can add it on. So that's the biggest thing. Our VPSs also come standard with Apache. If you want to add Lightspeed, you have the option. So I'll show you. So let's say we're wanting to change from a reseller to a VPS. So first thing I need to do is select my package. Again, most people, they select the 6 or the 8 for reselling, so that's what I'm going to click. Okay, so now I need to select my domain. Most resellers want to use the same domain they're already using. So for example, my domain here is reselltalk.com. So I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to use option 3 that I've already got a domain. I'm going to paste it. I have to put the .com in here. So com, whoops, click use. And now I can configure it. Now remember, there is a special going on, so I'm going to save more than these. But again, the longer I sign up, the more I save. So this is specifically important to note with the VPS. You save a pile by going with a 12-month price versus a 1-month price. And the reason why is because to do with the licensing. We actually get discounts for buying a cPanel license for 12 months versus 1 month. That's why we're able to pass those savings along to you. If you want to go month to month, you are going to pay, it's about $14 more a month. And again, this is before the discounts applied, but it's kind of the same ratio. So I recommend 12 month because gosh, it's a great price for a 6 gigabyte of RAM server. Please trust me on this. Go Google 6 gigabyte SSD VPSs and look at our competitors' prices. I know what's out there, and you can see that as well. But this comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM, 5 terabytes of monthly bandwidth, 4 CPU cores, 2 dedicated IP addresses, free SSL, the free cPanel license, free DDoS protection. A lot of other companies, they charge a premium for this, and it's fully managed. So you don't have to worry about, being a server guru. For the most part, it's going to be the same as your reseller package. Everything comes set up and ready to go. You don't have to configure the server. But I need to enter a host name. So on the previous screen, I entered a domain, but now I need to enter my host name. So this is going to be the name of your server. So if you're on a reseller account, let me demonstrate. You can see the server name for this reseller is mark.uswebhost.com. Your customers are going to see this. With a VPS, you get to come up with your own server name. So this on a reseller, you can't edit. On a VPS, you can. So if we go back here, this is whatever we want to call it. Now, we already entered our domain on the previous screen. So if we don't want to, we don't have to enter it again. Or if you want to, you can. So we might want to call it alpha.reselltalk.com. That would be the name of our VPS. And again, this is the host name. Your customers will see this. So make it something that's, presentable and makes sense and not something too silly. Next, root password. This is the password that has all the power to your VPS. So you have to use a strong password. If you're going to use like password 123, it will not provision. It will stop when it provisions, and our sales team will have to reach out or change it for you. So when you're making this password, make it strong. If you have a password generator on your computer, use that, or use the password generator in cPanel. Actually, I'll just show you how to do that. If I go into cPanel and go to create any type of account, so I can just click email account and go to create. There's this password generator right here. This is what I like to use because look how strong this is. So just pick one of these randomly, copy it. Now write this down or put it somewhere safe so you know what the root password is, because you're going to need it. It will be in your welcome email as well, but you would paste that in here. But it's just so important that your root password is extremely strong. Don't use a password because this is root access. So this has access to the entire server. So if you load up 20 clients, it has access to all 20 clients. So important that this is a strong password. All right, name server prefixes. This is for your private name servers. So just like on our reseller, we have ns1.reselletalk, ns2.reselletalk.com. We probably want to keep that the same. So we just enter ns1 and ns2. Most people leave that the same. So unless you specifically know what you're doing, keep that ns1 and ns2. All right, now we can configure the server. Apache comes free and included. Apache has very good performance nowadays, especially with PHP FPM included for free by stock with Easy Apache 4. So I recommend starting with Apache, to be honest. If you want light speed like we have at NameHero, you can, but these are the license fees per month. And they're based on CPU cores. So if we go back to our VPS page, you can see the 6 gigabyte has 4 cores. And this will allow Lightspeed to have access to one of them. 2 of them, or all 4. So most of the time customers like to start with the 2 CPU core because it also has a Lightspeed cache, which you might be familiar. We also offer this with our basic hosting packages, our resellers and our basic. But it's up to you if you want to go with that. It's $50 and that's a month. And you say, well, Ryan, why is it so expensive? Well, we have to pay Lightspeed license fees. That's that's not a NameHero thing. We actually have to pay Lightspeed, and then we have to pay our team to install it and configure it for you. So that's why that fee is what it is. If you don't want to add an extra $50 a month, start off with Apache. I promise it's really good performance nowadays, and you can always go back and add Lightspeed later on. So if that concerns you, then don't add it. Cloudflare, this will give you access to Cloudflare inside of cPanel, just like you may be using on your reseller. It also gives you access to that railgun, which I've talked about in many NameHero videos, how this accelerates your site up to 200%. The only thing is there's a one-time setup fee of $29.95. Most of our competitors out there, they charge monthly for Cloudflare. We don't. It's free, but we just charge a minor setup fee with a VPS because we actually have to go into the VPS when you order it, and we just have to deploy Cloudflare to make sure it's configured to your specific account. So it is a one-time fee just to allow our administration team to go in and do it. If you want to go sign up at Cloudflare yourself, you're not going to get the railgun, by the way, but you can, and it's kind of a hassle. But if you want Cloudflare, I recommend doing it. Once again, you can add this later if you don't want to add the $29.95 now. So that's up to you. Malware scanner, if you want to add the Pyrosoft anti-malware, we sell this just as an add-on because some of our customers wanted a malware scanner, just like what we use at NameHero. It's $8.95 a month, but again, you can go buy your own license somewhere else or install your own stuff. But if you want it set up like NameHero, you can add that here. Template, everything is CentOS 7. So if you want to use CentOS 6 or if you want to use a different operating system, you need to submit a ticket to our sales team. By standard, everything is CentOS 7 with cPanel fully managed. If you want a plain Jane server, you need to email sales so they can talk to you about it and make sure that you're aware that it's not fully managed if you're not going with this. So by default, everything's CentOS 7 with cPanel and Web Host Manager. If you want something custom, hit up our sales team. You can hit us up live chat via phone, and then we'll make sure that your request gets answered and we show you how to add that. Outgoing bandwidth, the incoming bandwidth on a VPS is free. So that means all people coming to your website, that's free. You're not charged for that. We don't meter it. The outgoing bandwidth, when someone downloads a file, the outbound bandwidth to your server, that's built here. So 5 terabytes a month is a lot. Very, very rarely nowadays, especially with Cloudflare, we rarely see people reach this limit. If you have a video site or, a lot of images, you might want to look at this. These are by month prices, but honestly, very rarely do we see this number get exhausted anymore, especially in 2019. So start with 5 terabytes. If you start encroaching, our sales team can help get you upgraded, but I wouldn't worry about, going to 10 or 20 right now. All right, backups. These are important because these actually back up your entire server each day. So to enable it, we click daily, but then we're not done. We have to select the quota. So this is the number of days that you want to back up the server. So for example, today's Tuesday. So if I wanted to back up Tuesday and have it for tomorrow, Wednesday, I would choose 1 day. And this is per month, $12.60 a month. If I wanted to keep 2 days of backup, so let's say today's Tuesday, if I want to have Tuesday and Wednesday both available on Thursday, I'd select 2. And then we can go up to 4 days, and we can go even longer than this. You can ask our sales team if you want it. But this basically just takes a full backup of your server and it stores it in an offsite location. So in case the server would fail, you would have a backup from the previous day. Most customers, they like to choose just 1 day to have it, and then you can do your own backups as well. But this just allows us to do it for you for the whole server. So it's up to you. And this price depends on what server you have, because obviously the 6 gigabyte server has more disk space than the 2 and 4 gigabyte Hero. So keep that in mind too, but it's up to you, and you can do your own backups. If you don't want it, just click must enable above, click disabled, and proceed with your order. So you can do your own backups if you want. We have full flexibility with the VPS. Here's the WHMCS license. If you want to add the same one that you're getting with the corporate Hero, it's $9.95 per month, and that's discounted from their $18.95 a month. So you're going to be saving about 50% versus going with WHMCS Direct. But there is a small fee because, again, we're including the cPanel license. So that's why we can't offer both. All right, so now I've got a bunch of stuff in my cart. So let me close this out here. Okay, so now I've got my VPS, and you can see my promo code went ahead and applied since I don't have an active VPS already. And you can see with our spring savings, we're running a 30% discount. This is the most they've been discounted all year long here in spring. So this is a huge discount for VPSs. Now is the time to get your VPS if you're wanting one. So you can see we're going to save $224 for the year. And this is what is due today for the entire year. So this has all the server configured. It's got my license, and now I'm ready to go to checkout. So now, kind of the same as we talked about just a few minutes ago. Personal information is included. I just need to complete the payment here. So here's what's due. I can use my credit card. I can use my PayPal, or I can use my cryptocurrency. Once again, please read the terms of service and the payment policy. If nothing else, just the payment policy at least, just so you know how things work here at NameHero. Excuse me, avoid confusion later on. Once you're good, check it and complete the order. So now, once this is done, the server will spin up. As long as you made no mistakes and as long as everything is good, it'll spin up automatically. It'll be available in about 15 minutes. If you made some mistakes in the previous steps we just talked about, if there's a question over your billing information, if you're using a VPN, we might have to manually approve it. So I would say in 95% of the cases, the servers spin up automatically, available in 15 minutes. In 5% of the cases, we have to manually verify. So this normally is done within an hour or two. It's definitely done within 24 hours of your order. But just keep that in mind when you order a VPS. 95% of the time, they spin up immediately. But if you made an error somewhere along the way or entered something incorrectly using a VPN, or maybe your payment verification requires, maybe your bank sent us back a message to require additional verification. There's all those things that can happen. So if they do, just have patience, and we will get back with you. And we'll get it spun up as quickly as possible. Most of the time, it's within the hour, but definitely within the 24 hours of your order. So once that is done and the VPS is online, just like the reseller, we have to submit a migration request. So once I complete my payment and the VPS is online, I go to support, I go to tickets. I go to open a ticket. I go to migrations. I go down here. I select my reseller account. So in this case, it's my startup hero. I go down here, migrate to a new, or let's see, migrate reseller to new VPS. And then I just put in this ticket. I've purchased a new VPS and would like to migrate my reseller to it. That's what you do here. You would go down here. Your domain would be the domain of your reseller. So let's look here. My domain reseller. Copy this. Go down to our ticket. Paste here. cPanel and Web Host Manager login. So this is just the URL. I can click, right-click, copy link address. And I can put it in here. And go down here. Your username. So I would get that from right here under login details. And again, if you don't have two-factor enabled, you have to get this from your email because we don't display login details in our interface unless you have two-factor enabled. So just keep that in mind. But I would click here and get those details and put them here. You're not moving from another host, so you don't have to worry about these things, but it still requires to check them before it submits. And then we click submit. So once this is submitted, our migrations team, they will begin working. Please allow 24 to 48 hours. Most of the time, it's within an hour or two of your submission. But if you have a bunch of reseller accounts, it might take a little longer. So we just ask 24 to 48 hours. It is free, though. If you're moving from a reseller to a VPS, the migration's free regardless of the number of accounts you have. So really, our migrations policy doesn't really apply as long as you're moving from a current NameHero reseller. Once all of this is done, our support team will hit you back and say the migration is completed. Please verify. Once you do that, you can then cancel the reseller plan. And to cancel the reseller plan, we go back to our interface. We click our hosting packages. We click on our reseller package. We click on cancel. Where is it? Don't see it in here. Upgrade, downgrade. Okay, well, it might make me... All right, it's probably change password, upgrade. Okay, well, what you can do if you don't see that link in there, and I think I made a mistake when I set up this demo account, but you can just click on support and submit a ticket to cancel, and they will do it for you. They'll direct you to the appropriate links. You should have the cancel link inside your interface like your basic hosting. And again, I think I made a mistake when I set up this account here, so I don't have it, but you should have a cancel link that looks like this one here. Right here. You should have this request cancellation. So if you don't have that in there, just hit our sales team up via the ticket. And so what you would want to do is select your cancellation, let them know you've upgraded to a VPS, and then our accounting team will apply any amount you've already paid for the reseller to your account. So it can be used for the renewal of the VPS, it can be used for new domains or what have you. So any amount you've already paid, you don't lose it. It credits to your NameHero wallet, which is good forever. It never expires. It'll be used for all of your renewals, all of your new domains or whatnot. So that is how it is done. So I hope I cleared up a lot of questions. If you're upgrading from our basic hosting to the next level, you do it inside the interface. Same with reseller. If you have a reseller package, you want to upgrade to another reseller package. Let's say you have the startup and you go to the corporate. Everything's done in the interface. And likewise, if you have a VPS, once you have your VPS, you can upgrade from the 6 to the 8 inside our interface in real time. You just fill out your information. I've got a couple tutorials on the blog on how to do that. It's just when you're kind of going from a reseller to a VPS that you have to actually deploy the order first and do a migration because you're moving packages completely. Now, if you do want to downgrade your VPS, you can't do that inside the interface because our team has to check. If you're wanting to go from the 6 to the 4, we have to make sure that you're not using more space and more resources than the 4 gigabyte would allow, because this would basically create a crash. And also when you downgrade in a cloud, you actually have to shrink the partitions, and you might have a little bit more downtime than when you upgrade. So if I would upgrade to the 8 gigabytes, typically it takes about 15 minutes. We always say allow for maybe 30 minutes of downtime while it resizes. Most of the time, 15 minutes or really 5 minutes. It's not much. But when you're good at downgrading, we really need to do that during your non-peak hours, because you could have 2 hours of downtime because you're going from a much bigger storage drive down to a smaller one. So if you want to downgrade, you have to submit a ticket and let our sales team know, and they'll figure out all the numbers and let you know when they can do it and all that. So upgrading is easy. Downgrading, you just have to submit a ticket and ask. And it's pretty easy. I mean, there's no migration, but still a little bit more involved in that. So that's how you upgrade. It's upgrading across packages. Upgrading, from the same product, pretty simple, all in the interface, but going from reseller to VPS, a little bit more of manual work inside. So that's how it's done. If you have any questions, that's why our team is available. At the top here, spin up a live chat. Whoops, I want to head off here to the blog. If you go to our knowledge base, there's tons of information in there as well. Let me click it again. It didn't come back here. We also have our live chat links down here, so you can call us, live chat us, or open a ticket in the help desk. Let us know the sales departments who you're wanting if you're upgrade questions, and let them know what you're wanting to upgrade, and they can help you. They can explain the pricing, let you know the process. So any questions at all, let us know. But I hope this video cleared up a lot of questions that you may have and allow the automation of this process a lot easier. So let us know if it doesn't. Comment on this video. I'll probably put something else on the blog about this as well. But we really appreciate your business here at NameHero. We love watching customers upgrade, because that means your business is growing. That means, if you're a reseller, you're going to the next level of VPS hosting. If you're, on your basic hosting, you're going to a VPS, that means your business is growing. So we love to see upgrades, and we love to accommodate these type of orders. So we're super excited that you've decided to upgrade with us. We'll do everything in our power to make it as easy and painless as possible. But if you do have additional questions, feel free to let us know. So thanks so much for watching and using us here at NameHero.com.